Good day to you, and welcome to my view with Essay to Teach. Why do I think you should celebrate Human Rights Day? You live in a country with a high poverty rate. Our country's poverty rate is among the top 10 countries in the world in income inequality. Approximately 55% of our country, approximately 55% of people in our country, 30.3 million people, half of our population is living in poverty. 13.8 million people, 25%, a quarter of our population is experiencing food poverty. That means these people don't know what they're going to eat tomorrow morning. They may not have eaten tonight. They possibly didn't eat this morning. Why do I think we should celebrate Human Rights Day? When you live in a country with some of the most well-off people, are politicians, who benefit from the taxes that you pay. And even if you don't have a salary, they benefit from the taxes you pay every time you go and buy something. They charge you value-added tax. They have bloated salaries, and many other benefits. Yet, they steal even more of your money to benefit themselves. Why do I think we should celebrate Human Rights Day when you live in a country where white people still today are generally living much better lives than you, the black majority in this country? The racist impoverishment of black people still exists. Why do I think we should celebrate Human Rights Day? All those problems. Well, the answer I have for myself is you don't live in Afghanistan. You don't live in Yemen. You don't live in China or in Russia. God forbid, North Korea. You live in the Republic of South Africa. Why does that matter? Because in Afghanistan, there was a war for longer than most people can remember. The Afghan people had to live in fear of death for more than 20 years. And before that, they were ruled by an authoritative organization called the Taliban, which took over when the US decided to end the war and leave that country. You don't live in Yemen. Why does that matter? Because in Yemen, possibly the worst war that is currently happening is being fought in Yemen. The country has been in a civil war since 2011. The old government is fighting rebel Houthis. The old government that wishes to be restored is being funded by the Saudis, or the rebels are being funded by the Iranians. And all of that money is being thrown into that war to benefit other interests other than the Yemenis people. We don't fight civil wars in this country. We still have hope. Why does it matter that you don't live in China, Russia, North Korea? Because in those countries, they have dictatorships. There, people live with little to no rights. You think that if you criticize the government, that they wouldn't kill you? When they control the media. You have Google, you have YouTube, you have Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or whatever other social media you're watching me from. They don't. Do you genuinely think Vladimir Putin, Kim Jong-un, or Xi Jinping would allow you to live after you protested and criticized their governments and successfully shut down this country? Do you genuinely think they would allow you to live? Look, I'll be the first to admit that we have problems in this country. Too many to count. But I am proud that I live in South Africa. I'm proud that I am a South African. Because we don't fight wars about our problems. We discuss our problems. Sometimes we even laugh about our problems. We'd fill up Trevor Noah's arenas, go and listen to him talk about and laugh about our issues. We have human rights in this country, albeit some people have better access to them, some people have advantages. They are there. They exist. They're there for our taking. They're not non-existent. They're there. We have something else in this country that I am the most proud of. Something that gives me the most hope. We have the rule of law. The justice system in this country is not perfect. Sometimes it's unjust. But it's there. It exists. Albeit, yes, some people have better access to it than others. But all of us have access to it. Rule of law exists in this country. It flies the South African flag very high. It punches the face of corruption every time it gets a chance to. It hears our cries. The rule of law exists in this country. It's not in many countries in Africa. It's not in many countries around the world. You won't find it in China. You won't find it in Russia. You definitely will not find it in North Korea. But it's here, in South Africa. I think we should be proud of our country for at least that. And grateful. Then from that pride and gratitude, we then criticize and address our problem with the most passion we want. But the starting point, I think, should be, I am proud and grateful to be a South African. That's why I think we should celebrate Human Rights Day. That's my view. What's yours? Thank you for honoring me and hearing my view. See you next time. That's my view. What's yours? Thank you for honoring me and hearing my view. See you next time. That's my view. What's yours? Thank you for honoring me and hearing my view. See you next time. That's my view. What's yours?